In the last 7 days, one of my clients made $50,144. And while the process itself was extremely simple, it took me 6 months and over $30,000 in mentorships to figure it out. And today, I'm pretty much just gonna show you the exact step-by-step process that made him $50,000 in 7 days. So if you're a coach, consultant, or an infopreneur who's not making 50k cash collected per week, you're doing something wrong. And as you guys know, I like to be extremely transparent with my results or my clients' results. So this is essentially just a screenshot from Ollie's Stripe. As you can see, pretty much 36,000 pounds was processed through that, and also there was one bank transfer, and this essentially leads us to $50,000 cash collected in USD. And keep in mind, he had less than 10,000 followers on his Instagram, but these results wouldn't be possible without aligning these 4 things that I'm gonna share with you guys in this video. And if every single one of these video segments wouldn't be perfect, the entire strategy would crumble and it wouldn't work. Now, before I go into this breakdown that I prepared for you guys today, I know I haven't been posting very consistently on this channel, but with this video, I'm pretty much getting back to daily posting. And yeah, now let's just hop into this banger. And yeah, I'm just excited to share all the sauce with you guys. Now, we were able to achieve these results using the webinar funnel, and it all starts with the actual ads. We ran 9 different ad angles, and as I said in the beginning of this video, I like to be very transparent and just show you all the numbers. So these are the exact screenshots from Ollie's ad account. As you can see, this is our ad set. We spent exactly 3,731 pounds and we reached 180,000 people. Our cost per lead was 4.4 pounds, which is essentially like $5-6 USD, which is extremely healthy. And as you can see, these are the exact numbers from the ads that we were running. As you can see, 9 different creatives. Pretty much every ad had a unique angle. And as you can see, because the spend was set to the ad set budget, Meta pretty much allocates the money to the ads that are converting the best. So you can see these 2 ads at the top were the winners, were the outliers who got the most spent and obviously who also got the most leads. And obviously, as you can see, one of the ads right here has a bit of a higher cost per lead, one of the ads right here has a bit of a lower cost per lead. And essentially, the goal with these ads, like for the first few days, you just have to let your campaign run. You need to split test as many different angles as possible. And then after, I would say like 48 to 72 hours, you can turn off the ads that are not performing. As you can see, like these ads right here, they didn't even get the spend because Meta just allocated all the money towards the winners. And as you can see, like this one got like £5, 18.7, like not a lot of spend went into this. So essentially after, as I said, 48 hours, you can just turn off these 7 underperforming ads. Now, I do want to share a pro tip with you guys. That's gonna come extremely in handy whenever you're split testing these ads. Obviously, in the first, let's say, 2-3 days, you're gonna be able to see, okay, these are the winners. You turn off the losers, but then what you can do is you can duplicate the entire ad set, and then you can obviously turn off the winners because they're already ripping in the other ad set, but you can, again, turn on the loser ads, and then you can let the Meta spend the money again and find another 1 to 2 winners. So essentially, you're not just gonna be stuck with 2 winners, but you're gonna have like 3 to 4 ads that are absolutely fucking ripping. And this is just gonna give you more and more leads. So this is just, one of the things that I wanna put out there because it's something that we're gonna do in the webinar that's gonna be coming up. We didn't even do it with this one. Like, I believe if we did it, we would get even better results. But obviously, even with what we had going on right here, just letting 2 winners rip, as you guys can saw right here, we were able to cash collect $50,000 USD in a span of just 7 days. You can see the days, February 9th to February 16th. Now, these were the ad side of things, and these ads were not retargeting or nothing like that. This was just pushed to the cold audiences. Now, a fraction of the actual leads that were for this webinar also came from story sequences, and this is something that I do for every single one of my clients. I just make the templates or SOPs. So essentially, Ollie never was sitting in front of his phone just like, oh, what should I post? What should I post as a story today? he just goes into the doc that I prepare for him. As you can see, day 1, day 4, day 8, 10, 12, and he just recreates pretty much the story pulled from obviously one of the greatest marketers at this time, which is Shelby Sepp, and pretty much is running the similar funnel that we did for Ollie, but she is making $5 million per month using it. Now, I also want to mention that currently, like back then, we were running one webinar per month for Ollie, but now we're kind of upping up the volume. So essentially, we're going to have 2 per month every 14 days. And I think Shelby has like every week she's running it, but yeah, even 2 per month is pretty sweet spot, because like one of the things that it's the case if you run it once per month, you essentially just like wait an entire month, you don't have like any money coming through, and then at the end you have like a big chunk, which is obviously great, but getting like a big payday twice per month is much better, especially because I'm gonna talk more about this later in the video, but you should never promote a webinar more for than like 12 to 14 days. So like running it every 14 days makes a lot of sense. Now, obviously these were the ads and the stories that actually got people in the funnel. We never even touched like organic and stuff like that. Now, let me break down the actual funnel. It's extremely simple, but as I said, I want to be extremely transparent and just show you exactly what we had. The biggest mistake that like every webinar has is not implementing lead scoring. And if you're not familiar with it, I'm gonna explain it more in the next few minutes, but for the people that already know, yeah, this is just like literally something that I see so many people who are just starting with webinars missing, not doing, and it's costing them thousands of dollars. So this is the website. As you can see, extremely simple. We have the title, we have the VSL that's like 3-4 minutes, like nothing crazy. Call to action. Then we have like a clear section where we filter people like for who this is for, and obviously people who are not, for people who is it not, they just drop off the website. Also, they know exactly what they're gonna get. Another call to action, a bit of an introduction from the Ollie site, urgency, and the third call to action. So the entire website has 3 call to actions, and when people press on this call to action, they get pushed to an application forum. Now, this is where I'm gonna talk about lead scoring, and this is what like most people have. They collect the full name, they like person's name, they collect their email, they connect their phone number and Instagram, and this is where it ends. Like then they submit the forum. But what we implemented at the very end is something called, as I said, lead scoring, and this is just a simple section where we ask people, because this is like a B2C offer, so for people to have a job, it's extremely important. It highly qualifies them because, well, they have either cash saved or they already are making good enough money, so they could invest 2,000 to 3,000 pounds into something and not be like, oh, well, you know, I cannot afford it, and then you just straight up DQ. So it goes like this. Do you currently work a 9-to-5 job? It's extremely important that you hear mention that it's totally fine if you don't. You're still going to be able to save your spot. That is extremely important. Otherwise, people are going to kind of feel like if I don't work a job, I'm not like a good fit, and you're just going to get less and less signups. Obviously, they're not a good fit, but they could still get on like some sort of financing or Klarna and stuff like that. You just want to get them through, right? But if people press yes, I do work a 9-to-5 job, or yes, I do work a part-time 9-to-5 job, they get pushed to a post-booking page that has a Metapixel connected. But if they click no, I do not work a 9-to-5 job, they get pushed to a same page. Obviously, it's a duplicated, but doesn't have a Metapixel connected to it. And what this is gonna do in Meta's eyes, you know, if Meta is targeting a specific pool of people, and these people go through the application forum, and all of them submit no, I do not work a 9-to-5 job. In Meta's eyes, obviously they never get marked as a lead because they do not get pushed to the landing page that has a pixel connected. So Meta's gonna be like, oh, these people are not marked as a lead. Let me push it towards these people that actually submit, and then they get pushed to the page where they get marked as a lead because, well, the pixel is connected to this landing page. I hope this makes it clear, but essentially, yeah, it just allows Meta to push it towards people that work a 9-to-5 or they work a part-time 9-to-5 job, which again, as I said, is extremely important in B2C. Now, there is one disclaimer that I want to share with every single person that's watching this video. If your creatives, if your ads have poor messaging or wrong structure, this is not gonna save you. This just amplifies the winner and makes the entire campaign perform even better. But if your ads are shit, and if you don't really know what you're doing there, this is not gonna save you rest and just magically like get you all the qualified leads that have a lot of money saved up. because they're simply not gonna come through from the ads. So this is just something that I wanna make sure every person hears, because I don't want to create any wrong beliefs and share that this suddenly will just get you a shit ton of money through, and then obviously you wouldn't get that result. Now, from both of these landing pages, people get pushed to the WhatsApp group, pretty standard. And yeah, as I said somewhere early in the video, a pro tip: make sure that you never promote a webinar for more than 12 to 14 days in advance. Otherwise, people are going to be sitting in the WhatsApp group for way too long. And obviously, even with the nurturing, which I'm gonna explain in the upcoming minutes, I'm like, even with all the nurturing, yeah, they are obviously gonna be more bought into the person, and they're gonna see the result, and like, okay, this guy's legit, and all the objections are gonna be gonna be handled, but still, like, it's too much. So, oh shit, I just saw it got overexposed. Okay, we're back to normal. What I was saying, even though they're gonna see the proof, they're gonna see that all is legit, all the stuff, they're gonna get educated. The main thing is that, yeah, as I said, it's just too long and people forget. Like, as simple as that. They don't have it on their calendars, they forget. Like, it's a bunch of things, especially in B2C, you know how it is, right? So it's important. That's why we're switching with Ollie to bi-weekly, so every 14 days. It's the sweet spot to run these webinars and have like 2 big paydays through the month. Now, moving on to the next point, or kind of the next pillar that makes this entire system work extremely good, which is the nurturing. Really, like, if you don't have this dialed in, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars on ads. You might also like post organic content, you post the stories, you optimize the landing pages, you make all the decisions based on the data that you're getting through, but all of your efforts are going to be fucking wasted, which is something that obviously you never want. Now, when it comes to nurturing, you have pre-webinar nurturing and post-webinar nurturing. And as I do with Instagram stories to all my clients, I just have documents, everything's SOP'd. So essentially, they just pull that up on the day and they look, okay, I need to post this video or this text or this voice note or these screenshots in the WhatsApp. I need to post this on Instagram stories, bam, and they just get it out. So essentially, yeah, these are the docs that I give to all of my clients, and this is how the nurturing gets done extremely efficiently. These schedules are made for every single day. Obviously, I can zoom in, you guys can see, like, this is just day 1 and day 2, bit of a sneak peek for you guys, and also the post-webinar stuff. Obviously, this is not all the things, but you guys can see, like, this shit is properly fucking dialed. Now, the nurturing essence wouldn't really be useful if you don't have a sales team. Yes, you run the webinar, you make the presentation. The webinar is usually like around an hour and a half long. At the end, you book a lot of calls. What the fuck's going on with my camera today? Just getting overexposed. All right. You get a lot of calls booked through. Now with Ollie, we got around 140 calls booked through from 3.8 thousand pounds of ad spend. Some of the people that are watching this might see the Instagram stories that I've been posting back when it was happening. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, we booked around, as I said, 120 calls in the first hour, and then through all the follow-ups in the WhatsApp group using this document, we pushed another 20 to 30 through. So around 150 calls came through, and then led to $50,000 USD cash collected. But let's move on and speak about the sales team. The structure is extremely simple. You have phone dialers that are essentially gonna call the people immediately when the call comes through to confirm, ask a few questions, and obviously also when they get closer to the call, the WhatsApp group is created with the closer, and they get also ringed one more time to make sure that they're gonna show up to the call. And then obviously you have closers that are gonna take the call and collect the fucking cash. That's what matters the most. Now, to make this organized and structured, we don't keep like the team on some sort of WhatsApp groups or shit like that, right? Everything's organized and ran through a Discord server. As you can see, this is the section for setters, this is the section for closers, office, like lounges. Everything is in one place. You can see booked calls, because like through this you can, like, all the sales reps get notified. They can see the payments, they can see when the leads are coming through, when the calls are coming through, which just allows us to move with speed and as every person that's watching this video probably knows, like speed to lead is one of the most important things, and it can heavily affect like the amount of calls that you booked, or like just people that show up, or just the cash that you collect, right? It's all connected together. So essentially just having a Discord structured like this where the entire team is in one place and everybody sees what's happening. Also as the CEO, like Oli can overview every component of the business, everything that's coming through. He can just obviously point people in the right direction, give overview whatever needs to be done, right? Essentially, it's just like a centralized system where the team can operate and obviously business can scale from there. It allows us to move with speed, so this is extremely important. And again, it's gonna make you a lot of money, and it's all built by our team for our clients. So that is the exact overview of exactly how we were able to turn like 3.8 thousand pounds in ad spend into $50,000 cash collected in a span of just 7 days. Now, the last thing that I want to share with all of you guys, if you want me and my team to script, edit, launch, and track all of your ads, build out the entire webinar funnel, including the VSLs and all the stuff there, type forums, all those things, share the Instagram story and all the nurturing templates that you need, hire, manage all the phone dialers, closers, and also place in and build the entire backend infrastructure that I just showed you with all the Zapier connections and all the automations that you need, completely down for you. Click the first link below this YouTube video. It's gonna take you to my Calendly, and obviously from there you can book a call. On the call, again, I do not sell on my calls. If it's gonna be a good fit, perfect, we can move forward. If not, no hard feelings, you just move forward with your life. Also, on this call, I'm gonna be able to give you some free assets if obviously we're gonna come to the conclusion that I cannot either help you or if it's not a good fit. So yeah, go book that call and I'm gonna see you there. But for all the people that are still watching, I greatly appreciate this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I dropped a ton of sauce for you guys. And as I said earlier in the video, I haven't been posting as consistently on this channel. There's been a lot of things happening in my business, reorganizing some personal stuff that I was going through as well. But now I'm back in the OG room where everything was happening. I'm not planning to travel for the next like 6 months. Pretty much the goal is for me to just stack cash, put the right people in place, be consistent with content, and then yeah, at the end of this year or like in autumn, want to buy my first sports car. So this is a bit of a personal touch, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.